Welcome to this video for WebSphere Social Registry Repository WSOR trial installation. This video will guide you through the installation of the WSOR trial using the Launchpad. The trial can be downloaded from the IBM WSOR site. The trial is available for Windows and Linux x86 operating systems. For this video, I will be using the Linux trial. On my Linux system, I have placed the trial and unpackaged it. Let's have a look at the contents of the trial. I have a number of folders containing the products and the Launchpad installer. So let's start the Launchpad by launching the shell script. With the Launchpad up and running, let's see what I can do. On the welcome page, I'm given two main options: evaluation or custom installation. I'll go through an evaluation install later, but I will now cover what I can do through custom installation. Custom installation allows me to perform my install through the Installation Manager GUI by clicking the install button on this page or on the installation on existing WebSphere application server page. Once the products are installed, I would then need to create my WSOR profile, which would contain my WSOR server. Registry Studio is offered as a separate package to the main product and the trial, and cannot be installed as part of the trial. It comes with its own Launchpad installation. I can install the client by going to the page by clicking on the client installation link. Let's go through an evaluation install. The evaluation install will install all the products that are required to run WSOR. It will then create a profile for me and configure it so that I have an operational Wizard trial server. On this page, I'm given a number of fields for that. The host name is auto-filled for me with the name of my machine, the location of my install, which I can change, and a password. The password is used to log into my server using the user ID wasadmin. If I also install DB2, it is the password used for its user IDs. For this video, I will use the password with a 0. Once completed, I click Next. Now that I've completed the first set of options, I now need to make decisions about my database. WSOR requires the database to store all the information about the services that you wish to keep. If I do not have a local DB2 installation, I am given this page where I can either select to install DB2 Express onto the machine, or I can use an existing database instance. This instance can either be local or remote. This is the option I would be shown if I already had DB2 installed onto my machine, or I select this option if I wish to use an MS SQL database or Oracle. I will now cover the using an existing database. Selecting using an existing database and click Next. The page shows me a number of options I need to fill out to be able to connect to my database, such as hostname, port, username, password, and the database I wish to connect to. I can use either DB2, Microsoft MS SQL, or Oracle. For MS SQL, I'm asked for the basic connection details, such as the hostname, port, and the username and password that I will use for WSOR to connect to the database with, as well as the database name. The port will change depending on which type of database you use. This you can override depending on your database installation. For Oracle, I'm asked for some additional information. I'm asked for the Oracle System Administrator's username, as well as the Database System Administrator's username and password. For DB2, I'm provided a third section which asks me whether I want to create the database. This can only be done if DB2 is installed on the same machine as you're installing WSOR to. If you do wish to create the database as part of the steps during setup, you must ensure the tick box is ticked and that you provide the correct username and password for the DB System Administrator. If you were to try and do a connection to a remote system, you can perform a test database connection by providing the details for the username and password for the database and clicking the Test Database Connection button. The same test is also performed if you click Next. However, I will install DB2 on this box as well as WSR and WebSphere application server. All I need to do is select install and click next. I now am asked to enter my Passport Advantage username and password. This is not required. However, you do need to agree to. Having agreed to the terms of the license, I now click install software. This will start the installation process after doing a few prerequisite checks. Here it will install Installation Manager, WebSphere Application Server, DB2 and WSRR. If I wish at this point to check what password I entered at the start, I can click the Show Passwords box. Once it has installed all the products, it will start creating a profile for me. This installation and setup sequence has been shortened. The expected time to complete all the steps is approximately 30 minutes to an hour. This is to allow for all the products to install correctly and perform all the necessary configuration. Having completed creating the profile, we will now start the server to load our configuration profile. The profile being loaded is known as the Service Management Profile, or SMP. This is the simpler of the two, with the other being the Governance Enablement Profile, or GEP. If you wish, you can change to the GEP at a later time. Once we have finished loading and activating the profile, we perform some database optimizations. Once all the steps have been completed, we will be shown a pop-up confirming its success, as we have here. Just to cover what operations have been performed during this process, I have installed WebSphere Application Server, WSRR and DB2. I have created a DB2 instance and a number of OS users on the system for DB2 using the password I provided at the start. I have created a WSRR standalone profile, started the server for the profile, deployed and activated the service management profile, and performed some database optimizations through the use of runstats. This optimization is only performed for DB2. If there has been an error, we are shown a similar dialog showing where the logs containing the errors are. These should be reviewed to determine if the errors can be resolved and the installation retried. It is possible for it to install the products and fail during the profile creation step. In this case, you should leave the installed products as they are and proceed to use the profile management tool to create your profile. The first steps console allows me to perform a number of operations on my profile. I could load the SMP profile again, stop the server. If the server is stopped, I'd be offered to start it. Log into the WAS admin console using WAS admin and the password I used. I'm also provided links to the Wizard Web UI, Service Registry dashboard, and if I want to create another profile, the profile management tool. I now select Service Registry dashboard. This will start Firefox, taking me to the dashboard UI for WSRR. Presented with the login screen, I enter WAS admin with the password I created at the start of password. Having logged into my service registry, I will now be shown, based on my view, which in this case is business, a range of the options, and if I had any... that's crap. This is the end of the video. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching.